A woman I had never met saved my daughter's life on a Tuesday afternoon. When I found out who she was, I had to decide whether to tell my husband the truth. My daughter, Nadia, is 14. She takes the city bus home from school 3 days a week, while I work the late shift at the hospital. We have rules. Text when you board, text when you get off, call if anything feels wrong. She follows them without complaining, has for 2 years. So when her text stopped on a Tuesday at 4:17 p.m. and didn't resume, I knew before I even called her that something had happened. She picked up on the third ring. Her voice was steady but too controlled. The way she sounds when she's managing herself. She said she was fine. She said a woman had helped her. She said she was sitting in a coffee shop 2 blocks from our apartment and could I please come. I left my shift without telling anyone and drove the 6 minutes in 4. When I walked in, Nadia was at a corner table with a woman I'd never seen. Early 30s, work clothes, a half-empty cup in front of her. She stood up when she saw me. She introduced herself as Claire. She said my daughter had been followed off the bus by a man who had been sitting behind her for 4 stops, moving every time she moved. Claire had watched it happen from across the street. She had crossed traffic, walked directly up to Nadia, and said loudly, "There you are, I've been waiting." She put her arm around my daughter and walked her into the coffee shop without pausing. I looked at Nadia. She nodded once. I thanked Claire in a way that didn't feel like enough. She gave me her number in case I needed her account for any report. Then she left. Nadia and I sat there for a while before either of us said much. On the drive home, she told me the details. The man had boarded 2 stops after her. He had moved to the seat directly behind her after the bus emptied. When she stood up, he stood up. When she got off, he got off. She had her phone in her hand but didn't know who to call or what to say because she wasn't sure if she was overreacting. Those were her exact words. She wasn't sure if she was overreacting. She is 14 and she was followed off a city bus and her first instinct was to doubt herself. I filed a report that evening. The transit authority reviewed the bus footage. The man was identified in the system. 2 prior incidents, both reported by women, neither resulting in charges. The officer I spoke with was professional and thorough, and at the end of our call he told me these cases were difficult to prosecute without a direct confrontation. I said my daughter was 14. He said he understood. He said they would flag the man's transit card. That night after Nadia was asleep, I sat with my husband Marcus at the kitchen table and started to tell him what happened. I got through the part about Claire, the bus, the coffee shop, then I watched his face change, not into fear, into something harder. He asked why Nadia hadn't called him immediately. He asked why she was riding the bus alone in the first place. He said he had always thought the bus arrangement was a mistake. His voice was not loud, but it was pointed, and it was aimed at the decision I had made 2 years ago to let our daughter build independence on a city route I had personally assessed as safe. I stopped talking. I did not tell him about the prior incidents on the man's record. I did not tell him what the officer said about prosecution. I did not tell him that his daughter had doubted herself in the middle of a dangerous situation because somewhere she had learned that her instincts might be wrong. I don't know if I protected Marcus from information that would have sent him somewhere I couldn't follow, or if I made a decision that wasn't mine to make. I don't know if Nadia will take the bus again, or if she should, or if the answer to that question belongs to her now. What I know is that a stranger read my daughter's fear before Nadia could name it herself, and I'm still asking how that stranger knew what the people closest to us sometimes miss.